Hey everybody, it's Nathaniel with Lead into Gold, and I am here to talk to you today about who are you wearing. And when I say who are you wearing, I'm not talking about the clothing attire that you have on. I'm talking about your archetypal composite of the different energies that we can often see related through the astrological wheel and the planets and the signs. So, when I say who are you wearing, everybody's already familiar probably with who their sun is wearing. When somebody says, "What's your sign?" they're asking what sign the sun was in when you were born. And that has a lot to say about how you wear your identity. The way that you shine and you express yourself is going to be similar to the themes related to the sign that the sun is in. But the sun is not the only thing out in the sky, and so all the other planets were in a different place also. So we've got, besides the sun, which represents how you shine and want to be seen as a part of your identity, we've got the moon, which represents your inner emotional needs and what you need in order to feel secure. We've got Mercury, which is all about your thinking style, your opinions, your communication articulation. We've got Venus, which is about the things you value and find pleasing that you want to attract and pull in this life experience. Mars, which is about your passion, desire, and drive and go forward energy. Jupiter, which is about your higher education, your philosophy, your ideals, your spirituality, and thinking and understanding. Saturn, which is about your discipline, your hard work, what rules and regulations and things you want to achieve. We've got Uranus, which is about your individuality, your sense of freedom and uniqueness. Neptune, which is the softer sensitivities and your acclimation towards the spiritual, finer, subtle things in life. And Pluto, which is about that deep desire to get to the bottom of things and kind of transform that which is hidden. So all of those different planetary bodies are going to be wearing a different sign depending on the time and day that you were born. So to give you a few examples, let's take Mercury. Mercury is the planet that's all about somebody's mental attitude and the way that they communicate. And that's always going to be the case. But who is Mercury wearing? If Mercury is wearing Pisces, then the way that someone talks and communicates might be very dreamy and imaginative. They might think in forms of images and pictures, and there's kind of a softer go-with-the-flow sensitivity to the articulation. If Mercury is in Leo, then somebody might be more prone to express themselves kind of loud, proud, and in charge and outspoken. They might be very creative and want to be in the spotlight with their thoughts and ideas and opinions. Someone who has their Mercury wearing Taurus, on the other hand, might just concern their thinking with things that are practical, steady, solid, stable, and they might be very slow and thorough when they're acquiring new information and communicating it. So Mercury wearing different outfits behaves in different ways. I'll give you a few more examples real quick. Venus, all about our values and what we want to draw in and attract. When she's wearing Taurus, she's going to want to draw in things that are physical, sensual, pleasing for the senses. All of those types of physicality experiences that are resourceful and abundant. Venus wearing Aquarius is going to be more unconventional and avant-garde. She's going to value things that are outside the box, exciting, rebellious. If Venus is wearing Scorpio, she might be a lot more charismatic and mysterious and enjoy drawing in things that are deep, hidden, unknown, or intense in some way. So Venus, being this magnet, is going to draw in different things to the experience according to who she's wearing. Jupiter, all about our philosophy, growth, expansion. If Jupiter is wearing Virgo, then that type of learning might come through the fine attention to the details of life and the process of how things are made more efficient. And there may be a lot of grace in that realm. If Jupiter's wearing Sagittarius, there's more of a classical sense of enjoying foreign cultures and travel and new philosophies and ideas and a kind of adventurous, optimistic, nomadic approach to learning. Jupiter in Cancer, on the other hand, might be prone to learning things more in a cozy environment. Growth and expansion can come through the family, home environment, or things in that realm. And it's more of an emotional learning for somebody on the inside. Moon, representative of our inner emotional needs, wearing Aries is going to need a lot of independence and the ability to take action on their own to feel secure. Whereas on the opposite hand, the moon in Libra is going to then value a sense of harmonious peace and balance with other people and in partnerships. The moon's wearing Scorpio, they're going to need to go deeper than that superficial level, down to the things that are really intense and show where two emotional people are coming together and merging in all of those places that it can get sticky along the way. But that intensity is part of the need in that case. Mars is another planet we'll look at. When Mars is wearing Gemini, Mars is going to be passionately desiring communication, a variety, and involvement with a lot of different things in order to feel stimulated. Mars in Capricorn is going to want more of a structured, goal-oriented approach to achieving desires, and is going to focus that energy more towards that sort of discipline. Mars in Pisces is going to devote itself maybe more toward the artistic or musical or spiritual realm, and there can even be kind of a quietness or a cooling down effect that Mars wearing Pisces have that we wouldn't see in maybe another sign that's a lot more active like a fire or air sign. So the different signs that a planet are in are akin to what it is wearing. And we can also talk about how is it wearing that. When I talk about how a planet is wearing an outfit, I'm talking about the aspects, which are the red and blue and green lines that we can find on charts. So even though a planet might be in the same sign as someone else, if it's talking to a different planet through an aspect, it might act in a different way, even though it's wearing the same outfit. So to give you an example, let's say that Venus is in Virgo. So Venus then is going to value a sense of efficiency, planning, orderliness, regimentation, and routine. But if Venus is talking to Saturn, that's going to rigidify it a lot more so that there's not going to be a whole lot of wiggle room between how things need to be in that Venus's mind. Venus's value of efficiency is going to come through structured ways of doing things by the book. However, if Venus in Virgo is having a conversation in aspect with Uranus, she might be very open to doing things outside the box or trying things from an unusual position. It might not make sense to other people, but those planning and efficiency values of Virgo will still be in a place, although Uranus is going to have her wearing that in a way that might be more unusual or avant-garde. Thinking about the moon, let's say that our moon is in Gemini, so that there's a need for a certain amount of communication and mental processing in order to feel secure. Well, while the moon is in Gemini and enjoying those conversations, if there's an aspect to Pluto, then some of those conversations will need to be about things below the surface and the depth of life. Just skating the surface of conversation won't be as meaningful to one's needs as things that are maybe on the taboo side, or things that are topics such as sex and death and things that other people may kind of steer away from talking in a sense. And that's a need for a moon that's an aspect of Pluto. Whereas if the moon is having a conversation with Jupiter, there's more of an easygoing, optimistic vibe to that emotional conversation, where it's fun to talk about things that are the big picture, maybe talking about philosophy, spirituality, but usually with a jovial attitude. And we don't want to get too far into dark or taboo territory when the moon is talking to Jupiter. We want to keep things light and open and jovial and happy. And so that's how the moon can behave differently, even though it's in the same sign, according to what planets it's talking to. One more example could be, again, looking at Mercury, our mental communication and thinking faculties. If we've got Mercury having a conversation with Mars, then that thinking attitude is going to have a lot more feistiness to it and a lot more drive to maybe have debates and rock the boat in some way and just be very energetic with our thoughts and our opinions and the way that we come across when we communicate those. Whereas if the moon is having a conversation with Venus, on the other hand, then it's going to become a lot more diplomatic and pleasing and wanting to make sure that it's not rocking the boat or stepping on anyone's toes in conversations, but being more agreeable and amenable with other people in those same conversations. So again, the planet can wear a certain outfit according to its sign and behave in another way according to its aspect. And really in astrology, we're putting all of those pieces together and looking at the big picture of how a person is prone to operate depending on those energetic configurations. So, if you're interested in finding out what your own personal signature is like, I encourage you to explore your astrology chart and get in touch with an astrologer such as myself that can help you to unpack all of the potential that you can see for your own individual insight. So I hope that you've enjoyed this and it's been informative. If you'd like to learn more, I encourage you to ask comments or respond in the questions or follow me online for more content. Thanks a lot and have a great day.